Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. This is a weekly chronicle where we chronicle our journey through the books we read, the shows we've watched, and the worlds we've spiraled into. I'm Tabatha.
And I'm Sharilyn. Grab a beverage and let's get booking with the besties.
Well, we have not read a lot yet. Somehow I still have a massive pile to discuss.
Yeah, but I have like two things over here.
So first, books that I've discussed but I haven't made progress in.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that out there because I discussed these last week. I have not continued yet. Nothing against these books. I just literally spent so much time like scrolling through reels this week.
Dude, same. No, literally, like I was brain dead this week. My brain stopped working. I wanted to read. I scrolled like nobody's business.
Which isn't even interesting.
No!
Did we get any value from
the whole time?
I know, me too!
I was literally just like, I could be reading right now. And I can't
watch like 2 more reels.
No, like And even I have the thing where it tells you to stop. You've reached your time limit on the app, get off. And I was like, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes. Like every single time. And I was, no, I feel you, dude.
Good.
I feel you.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, that was both of us. It was a struggle to use my brain this week.
Yeah. And then we get towards the end of the week and I'm like, man, I haven't finished a single book. I have now, kind of.
Same. Yeah, I was like, I need to finish at least one book this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
so what's the book you finished?
The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. I had a great time.
Yes.
I will tell you, the humor definitely like died down in the latter half for sure. It wasn't nearly as noticeable.
That's good.
And the story kind of took over. Yeah. I'm like, if ever you want to get back to it, just start like here and keep going. No, but
it was probably like right when I stopped.
Yeah, it was probably actually maybe, I don't know. But no, it was good. It was really fun. It just felt like a good like one-shot adventure. We were talking that we're not used to reading just like standalones, which this one does have a prequel and maybe
still
another
a standalone though, yeah.
But yeah, we're not used to reading standalones. So to have a complete story and adventure in one little package, it was like, oh wow, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Should do that more often.
It's satisfying to have like an end.
It's so satisfying. Yeah, so even I was getting toward the end, and I was thinking like, we don't have that many pages left. Like, how are we going to wrap this up? Is it going to go too fast? Is it going to whatever? But no, it wrapped up really well. And I was like, that's what just a single book adventure feels like, I guess. Oh, that's just nice. But yeah, it felt like a really good, like, ragtag group of individuals who lost their constitution saving throws more than once. And it just had it there. It was so funny.
I'm glad you ended up loving it.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
So if you want just a bit of a one-shot adventure with some individuals who put the fun in dysfunctional, this is a really good one.
And the audiobook is narrated by the author.
No, that's right.
I know you just read physically, but
I did actually.
For you guys, if you want to hear the audiobook narrated by the author, that is... Okay, that was a weird way to
sell
say
it.
That.
Yeah,
that was a weird way to say that.
That is what it is. That is the way the cookie crumbles.
The one book I finished, which technically I have like 5 more minutes, but it's in the epilogue, so I mostly finished it.
It's over.
It's done. It's basically done. Okay, there's like a couple more pages, and then she shows up at my door. What are you gonna do?
Sorry, it's my fault. I'll take the L.
That was The House in the Cerulean Sea. I had such a decent.
This was A-okay.
This was a single thumb up in my book. I really enjoyed this. I thought the messages in here were so good about making sure that kids aren't just numbers, they are individuals and they deserve all of the love, even the Antichrist, okay? Even he deserves all the love that he can get.
Do you want to tell them a tiny bit about what this is about? Give the kids a chance.
Give the kids a chance. We're following a what's essentially like a social worker as he's going to different orphanages and seeing if they're taking care of the kids, and if they aren't, then they shut down the orphanage and send them to schools. And so he goes to this one, he gets like a top secret. These kids are like the extra scary kids. And it's because one of them is literally the Antichrist. One of them's like a little gnome girl. One of them's like a little tentacled guy.
So magical creature children.
Magical creature children who...
the Antichrist.
Well, and he's such a great character. He's probably my favorite in this book because he just tries so hard to be like edgy and make people scared. And you'll see that a lot in kids too sometimes, where they're like testing you to see if you'll still love them and stuff like that.
When and so kind of like pushing the boundaries and seeing what lines they
Yeah, but he has a good heart. He has such a good heart. All the kids have such great hearts, and so our person ends up seeing that, and he sees how the villagers nearby, how they treat them differently, and he just wants them to be happy, and it's
just take care of the kiddos.
Yeah, and so it's very heartwarming in that sense for sure, but it also like discusses like real issues that are out in the world. So I think that's really good. It's a really good balance. So I thought this was really, really, really good, and it's a nice palette cleanser-y book between some of the more dense things, and like you mentioned, it's a standalone, so it's really nice. Oh, I did have one other.
Oh, you did!
We finally finished Words of Radiance. I mean, we only had 5 hours left last time, but we finally finished it, and yeah, it's a 5-star every single time. This is a fantastic book, and it is, I mean, the first 3 books are masterpieces, so can't go wrong with that. And then we've alreed started Oathbringer. You're not going to see that on my Fable or Goodreads because
it'll take so long.
It'll take so long.
Fair.
But yes, we have started. We are not where this little flag is. Ignore that. We are just doing it via audiobook. But Scott's never finished Oathbringer. He started it before, and I think we're getting close to where he left off before. But yeah, this one, I love it so much. We're following, like, the main perspective is, like, one of my absolute favorites. So I'm very, very excited to finish this and then continue into Rhythm of War, which is a great book and lovely. And
that's 4. And then Wind and Truth is the one that just came out.
Well, there's also 3.5, which is Dawnshard. Title here. I'm not getting up to grab it. It's right here. But it's so good too. There's mixed reviews because it's like one of those novella situations in between. But the perspective in that book I also love so freaking much. So I had like such a good time with that one. So that one's next before Rhythm of War.
Which you seem so excited for.
I love with Rhythm of War. It's one of my favorite books.
Cool. Speaking of books we love and had a fantastic time with. No, I was referencing the way you just said that.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Empire of Silence. However, I 80%. I ate this book. No. However, I am now 80% into Howling Dark, and I'm having a delightful time.
Yes.
Yes. It really helped the number of y'all who on our last weekly chronicle were like, yo, same. And some of y'all who provided some kind of insight into the way book 1 was intended, in that that it's about laying the foundation. It is very much like, here is kind of the background and some of the building blocks you need so that the rest of the story makes sense. So that kind of helps me feel better about Empire of Silence. But then Howling Dark, it feels like the story actually starts here and takes off. And so yeah, I'm 80% through now. I have just this much left, as opposed to the opposite.
The opposite over here.
Hold on, where I lost it. Wait, no, I don't know. Here we are. Look at that. Wow, we're the opposite. Yeah. So I just clearly just devoured this book this week, and it's really good.
I'm so glad.
I like it. Yes.
And it's great because you already bought 5 of the books. So.
I already own them. So
it's good that you like it.
I was a little nervous after book 1. I was like, oh, I actually bought the whole series. I was planning to like this. So, but yeah, book 2 is going way better. The adventure, kind of the more of the universe building, more that we're beginning to learn and understand. And then lots of mystery and intrigue, which are, of course, some of the best things. And then, yeah, for those of you who've read this and know, I have this much left. Like, I'm where, like, the stuff that's happening right now, So, can't wait for you to
because
read more.
It's just getting started for me. I will admit, the beginning, it threw me off. I knew it was a time jump.
I did not know it was a time jump.
Oh, well, I did know that, and it still threw me off, because I was like, okay, it took me a little bit to get grounded in where we are,
yeah,
and I think we're literally about to get started.
Okay,
like, We're actually like about to get started.
Yeah, it is. This one is kind of like the first half is like, I mean, I had pretty much a good time throughout, but the second half is kind of where it actually takes off. So that first half, it's still good, but the second half is better.
Yeah.
So I'm just really glad I had a much better time with this one.
I'm so glad, because I want this to be like one of our favorite series of all time.
I mean, I want that too.
Yes.
I was scared after book 1, but book 2 is going way better than book 1 did. So I'm feeling optimistic.
I could tell because I see what's in your next week pile already. But before we get into that one, 2 more that I've made some progress on. First is Assassin's Apprentice. I'm now a third of the way through it. Reading it at night on my Kindle. So this I'm not reading from this. This is just, I put the bookmark where I am and that's about it.
You know where we are. Visual representation.
Visual representation, yes. I am a third of the way through and I love it so much. I need you to like stop reading books that I also have to read so that I can read this as well and like prioritize this. But no, we buddy read it.
I mean, all of the books we each want to read are all books we each want to read.
I can't. But you've already this one.
Yeah.
Anyways, I will continue to make my slow progress in the meantime through that one. Hopefully finish it. I'm hoping to get through at least like half this next week, just because I do have book 2 on my TBR for July, so hopefully I can get through this. And then we also started, hilariously, right after we stopped filming last week's episode, we were like, oh, we can read book 1 in this, like immediately. We can read this like today.
It's short. There's the audiobook. We can read it so fast. I don't think we said today, but we definitely started.
I definitely said today.
Okay.
And then we both said that we were like, we can get through books 1 and 2.
We could totally read that in a week.
Yeah.
We can read both of them in a week.
Clearly I did.
No. Yeah.
I know you're farther than me. I literally finished the prologue.
I got 75 pages in. And nice. I think you're at 36.
I'm at 36.
Cool. Yeah. We did great.
But we'll be continuing this next week. So far, it's really cool. I like the idea of like the poetry magic system.
Yeah. It's got a really neat magic system. It's also got really good mystery and intrigue pretty much from the get-go.
Yes.
Like you kind of hit the ground running in it.
Immediately. Yeah.
So, and I wasn't sure. I was like, I had to remind myself, it is a series. It is 4 books, but they're shorter. But coming off having read Empire of Silence and then jumping into that, I'm like, wow, it's moving so fast. I'm like, is this just other books? And like, I also thought, I was like, this one's moving fast. And I'm like, maybe Empire of Silence is just built different. And other books, yeah, anyway.
We've been reading a lot of slower paced stuff.
We have read a lot of slower paced stuff. Maybe that's part of why my brain is mush. I need some quicker stuff to wake my brain up.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be a good one to continue.
It's so good so far, though. Not even 40 pages. Yeah. Not even 40 pages in, and it's great so far.
Yeah, and even like the writing feels very accessible. I'm immersion reading it, so I have the audio at the same time while I'm looking at it. But yeah, it felt it was just like really easy to like process and picture and understand.
And I love the personality of our main character, at least from the prologue. I assume it's the same main character, but I don't know.
It's multi-POV.
It's multi-POV? Yep. Okay, well, I like that person. So we'll see if I like the rest of the people.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to keep going.
Yeah, so
hopefully we actually
continue this next week, probably.
And then are we done? Are we still?
Yeah, we'll continue this as well.
Continue Howling Dark as well. And then, and once I finish Howling Dark, I'll probably get started on Demon in White. Will not be finishing this in a week because
I'll probably do the novella.
Oh, I forgot about those.
They do. I've seen that they do have important stuff, so I will be definitely reading those. I already ordered the next one, the 2.5, but it will be in here tomorrow.
All right, sweet.
And then this was on my June TBR, so we're gonna ignore the fact that it's basically not June anymore. And then this is on your July.
It will be July 1st when this video, it's July 1st for them.
Yeah, well, it's
not yet July for us.
But either way, this is not getting read before July, probably. Yeah.
But yes, this will be
Dallas Morning News.
That's weird. Why would we do that?
Vivid dialogue sings, you'll spend equal time shuddering and chortling.
All of these are, not all of these, but a lot of these are newspapers.
That's interesting.
That is weird. Boston Globe, Dallas. This.
Sorry, you got distracted by
that's
those.
Wall Street Journal. Huh. Good for him, I guess.
Yeah. But this is on the list of Reddit top standalone books.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people who have read it say it's one of their favorite standalones, and we love a good standalone.
We do, actually. I'm just new book smell. I'm sorry. The intrusive thoughts took over.
We're just having a moment with this book, apparently.
I don't know. It's just so floppy. And then I was like, oh, it's paper. Reminds me of newspaper paper. And that's funny that it has
all
these newspaper reviews on it. Speaking of the blurbs on books, I was looking at the blurbs on here earlier, of course, and holy hell, this book is awesome. It's very accurate. Dazzling. I would not call this book dazzling.
And
but
why is it on spine?
I don't know.
Oh, because it's Robin Hood.
That's Robin Hood. Single word dazzling. Like, I don't know if I would use that word, but damned good stuff. Fast, fun, and filled with crazy magic. Delight from start to finish. I don't know if I would call it a bona fide instant classic.
I mean, I know she has a full review on Goodreads too, so she probably did actually read it, but I feel like if you put dazzling on a book, it's like one of those things where it's like, somebody asked me to put this review, but I haven't read the book, so let's just throw out dazzling.
We just say. But yeah, for the most part, these hit, but I just saw dazzling and it was like, that's an interesting word to describe this book. But anyway, definitely, holy hell, this book is awesome.
Sweet.
Tangent over.
Okay, so that's what we've read, what we're gonna read.
Yeah.
What have we watched?
What have we watched, Tabatha?
We watched something, not together.
No, we both
watched it.
K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Tell me, what did you think of it?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I do wish they leaned a little bit more of into my one nitpick, okay, is that I wish that they leaned a little bit more into the being a super fan is a little weird sometimes. Just because they kind of touch on it a little bit in the obsessive fandom. But I wish that they went into it a little bit more, just because, personally, I think being an obsessive fan can have levels of issues with it.
Did we watch the same movie?
What do you mean?
Why would that? How does that relevant to the story?
So, the song "Idol," it kind of is in there, a little bit. You see us as idols and things like that, and that worship of celebrities. So they touch on it very, very, very lightly throughout the movie a little bit, but especially in that part, in that song, which is what the only impression I had of this movie was that song. And so I was like, ooh, okay, so this could have some interesting themes around that. So I wish that they did a little bit more with it. Not a ton, because it's mostly a kid's movie. So just a little bit more of that I wish that was there.
Interesting. Okay. That's not what I expected. Yeah, because that song, because it was the demon singing, and that was just about because they wanted souls.
Yes.
And not so much about actual idols.
No, because it was more, the movie is more a love letter to K-pop and K-pop fans, but there is a level of fandom in any kind of situation where it goes overboard, and I think a lot of the people had that in the movie. A lot of the fans were way overboard fans, so I wish we would have addressed that a little bit. You know what I mean? No?
I do not know what you mean. Yeah, that is, we had very different experiences, it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't even on my mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just had a fun time with it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I mean, if that's okay.
Yeah, I just didn't expect that. All that. Yeah, that was, now I'm just processing.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it was a very stylish movie. I loved that, from the point where we did the Idol song and on, I thought that was very beautiful. That song and the next song were great. I didn't love Rumi's, solos a couple times, just because they just seemed a little bit out of, her voice just sounded not her talking voice. It was a little,
they were different
it threw me off. It threw me off a bit.
Yeah. No, I know what you, some of the, But yeah, they did have different talking voices and singing voices.
Gotcha.
But yes. Yeah, for the most part, the story itself I had a lot of fun with, and there were some really sweet and heartwarming moments, and some spots that Jose and I were it was good. And then I liked the creatures a lot too. Did you like the little creatures?
Yeah.
The cat, tiger, and the bird. They were funny. But yeah, for the most part, we had fun.
Good.
Cool. All right.
Any other things you've watched or?
I watched for the first time The Road to El Dorado.
Wait, that's the first time?
Yep, I had never seen it before.
Oh, that is okay.
It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, and I now understand. I have context for all the memes that I've seen for all these years. But no, yeah, it was a good time. It was fun.
I loved that movie as a kid. That was one that, like, watched over and over and over again and could have watched, like, so many more times and have watched since I was an adult. But yeah, that one's one of my faves.
Yeah, there are a lot of, I just didn't watch a whole lot of movies growing up. So that was one of Jose's favorites growing up. And so it was on, I think it was on YouTube Movies, like, for the subscription. So we watched that and it was a lot of fun. And then we also watched Speed Racer. Which is just so wild. It's so over the top. I love it. It was so good.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't think I watched any shows, actually, any anime this week.
I didn't continue Expedition 33 at all.
Oh.
Did beat the career of Power Washer Simulator. So
Hey, look at you.
I am a professional power washer now, and nobody can take that away from me. And then the North American League for Rainbow Six is happening right now, and our team is doing very well, so to see that.
What's that?
It's a competitive video game. I don't play Rainbow Six, but it's fun to watch, and we've watched our favorite team for the last few years, and we've actually gone to see it live, so
oh, yay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
It's the only sport that I like.
Nice.
And it's an e-sport. All right, well,
yeah, I guess that's it.
let us know what you guys have been up to this week, what you've read, watched, spiraled into. If you're not feeling chatty, leave us a microphone for K-pop demon hunters.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's all for now. But the tale continues next week. Oh, it's our scrolls are sealed for now. My bad.
Our souls are steeled for now.
Our souls are stoled. Well, folks, our scrolls are sealed for now, but the tale continues next week. Until then, read bravely, binge boldly, and don't forget your brew. Cheers.